Hi there, YouTube. I think this is a video we've all been waiting for. So hold on, it's going to be a wild ride. I'm going to take you through the whole process of restoring this old girl, doing all the body work and everything. So let's get to it. So I already got these door jambs and doors in primer like 3 or 4 years ago. So now I just have to sand it with 180. Give it a little scuff around the rivets, and I'm gonna do the jam. So once again, I'm waiting on the nice weather. Today and tomorrow is the only day it's supposed to be decent, so I didn't really want to just do the jams only, but it looks like I'm just gonna have to keep picking this thing over piece by piece, just doing one piece at a time, because either that or just wait forever until I get a nice week. Sucks I don't have a garage big enough to put this truck inside, but I'll get sanding this thing and we'll lay down some paint on it and see what it looks like. Alright, I got the other door sanded. I don't know, 4 years ago or so, 3 years ago, I wanted to paint the truck plum crazy purple, and since then I changed my mind. So I jammed this door. I didn't have enough paint to do this one at the time, and then since then I didn't really like the color. I love the color, but I think what the problem was is I already had another Peterbilt. I had a 379 that was purple, so I didn't really want two trucks that were purple. But so I got these all wiped down with reducer, blown off, sanded. I got the paint mixed up. Beautiful. I can't wait to see what that looks like laid down on there. This is an 8-to-1-to-1. So you got 8 parts paint, 1 part reducer, 1 part hardener with this here. So I'm not going to mix a lot up because I don't want to waste it. So I'll probably put as many coats as I can on until I run out of paint or whatever. So I guess we'll get painting these things. Can't wait to see what it looks like. Well, it was somewhat of a late night last night painting this, but I got the paint done. Actually came out really good. So I got not the whole underside of the door, but I'll lift it here. I just got about an inch or so around the lip of the window painted. That way I can get the glass in. And then when it comes time to paint the rest of the truck, I'll just paint the outside of the doors on the truck. So now I'm going to go ahead and get these things cleared. This is what I'm using for clear right here. It's finish 1. And this is a 4-to-1. So you get the clear and then the gallon or the quart of activator. Alright, so this clear is 4-to-1. So I go here on the chart that says 4-to-1. Only gonna mix up a little bit. So you got the numbers, so you fill it up to the first 2 or whatever one you want. See how the numbers are the same. So I fill it up to that first one right there. And then I fill the second one up with my hardener. So that's 4 parts clear to 1 part hardener right there. Now we got our clear mix, we just mix it up and spray it on. I'm just gonna go ahead and blow everything off that might have got on here from last night to now. Well, the doors are all cleared. It came out great. I just put one heavy coat of clear on it. Came out super good. I'm really happy with it. So glad I picked this color. I love it. I just love this color. So now it's time to start putting the doors together. This is a slow process because I don't have all the parts yet. The parts are really hard to find, and most of the stuff I have to make. So I do have the glass cut, like I was saying. I have the vent windows and the other windows cut. So I just have to find a way to put it in. So I have an idea to put it in. So I'm going to get the glass put in, and then I'll explain what I'm going to do. Alright, so my plan is, because the rubber gasket that goes around this, you can get them for the 62, the 351 model. But to buy them and have two of them shipped here, it's about $600 just for these two gaskets. One left door, one right door. There's no way I'm doing that. So I got some of this black silicone right here. I know it's the cobble way to do it, but it's really the only other option I got. I mean, it's not really any different than urethaning a windshield in. So I'm going to put this around it, and these aren't going to be functional. They're just going to be, you're not going to be able to open them, but you can criticize me if you want. I don't really care. But there's no way that I'm spending $600 for 2 of these gaskets. No way. So this is the way it's going to get done. So I'm going to tape around here so the stuff doesn't come through. Well, there it is. It came out pretty damn good, I think. You know what? I don't know what I'm trying to say. It ain't the right way to do it, I guess. But I got about $20 in 3 tubes of silicone I use for both windows versus $600, so that's $570 difference. So if I gotta pay $570 just to open these windows that I never really use anyway, I'm good with that. Or I'm not good with that. So it looks pretty good though. Anyway, on to the next step, whatever that is. Well, I'm doing some sandblasting on the cab now. Took a long time to do this. I don't really have what you'd say the best tools to do sandblasting with. I got a nice sandblaster. Works really good, but the problem is the air compressor. All I have for an air compressor is a 60-gallon 11.5 CFM. So it has a hard time keeping up with that. I mean, it gets the job done, but it just doesn't like it, and it gets freaking hot. So I got this other fan on here to cool it down, along with the other fan. So, you know, it's all I got to work with. So I guess we'll just keep on going on until this son of a bitch burns up, and I guess I'll have to buy another air compressor. I got it pretty much stripped down. I forgot I gotta take this piece off like I did the other side. But all the pieces I took off are already done. Underneath the brown paint is primer and body work that I did in the past. So the doors are done, the fenders are done, and the things that hold the fenders on here, extensions, whatever they call them, are done. So I have to do the hood. I have to sandblast the cowl. You can see where it's all peeled here. I'm getting new glass and rubber gaskets, so I give a shit less what happens to them. I got to do the roof. I got the back of the cab done, so that's pretty much ready for some body work. There's some dents that got to be fixed. And sandblasting is a real pain in the ass, so I'm not going to film much of that because I have nothing but problems with the sandblaster. Between the air compressor and the sandblaster, it's just a big pain in the ass. But I mean, it's, you know, it's sandblasting, so probably what I'm going to do with a lot of this is razor blade strip it, because the thing about sandblasting these big flat panels like this is that if you're not careful, you can warp it. So the best way to do it is to strip what you can with a razor blade and just mainly sandblast around the rivets here, and then I can go over it with the DA, and then we can get it primered. I'm hoping to get this whole truck and primered by the end of the week. Today's Tuesday, so if I get this thing all in primer by Friday, I'll be happy. So I guess talking about it ain't gonna get it done, so let's get to work. Well, here it is, all sandblasted. It took let's see, it took 9 50-pound bags of sand to do this whole truck. That's a lot of work. But yeah, it took it took about a full day worth of work. I mean, it took about probably 7-8 hours to sandblast this thing. So But it's all done now. There's just a little bit on the top of the roof that I couldn't get because I ran out of sand. So I ran out of sand perfect. I could just get that with the DA. So there's some minor dents on it that I gotta fill. I'm not gonna go too crazy on this thing. Let's see if we could see one right here actually. Right on top of the roof right there, there's a dent that needs to be filled, and that's really it. I mean, I'm not, you know, you can get stupid with this thing and just make it come out perfect, but I'm not looking for 100-point show truck. I want to be able to drive this thing and not have to worry about every little scratch and dent that gets in it. So yeah, I don't know what you guys were expecting, if you were expecting me to do a 100-point show truck, but that's not what this is gonna be. I could do that, but like I said, you know, I like things that I can actually drive and actually have fun with without worrying about getting one little scratch into them. So all right, well, I'm gonna get some body filler mixed up, and we'll tackle these few dents here and go on to the next step. There's those 3 or 4 spots. Now I just gotta wait for it to dry and then I can sand it. Well, after another full day of body work, let's see, I started this project Monday and it's Thursday now. So 2 days, not 2 full days, but 2 half days of sandblasting and 1 full day of body work. Most of the dents, you know, there's a bunch of little dents all over this thing that I got fixed. I skim coated that. I had to DA the hood. I'm up here, I'll show you the top part of the hood. There's a few dents on the hood that I did. I fixed the dent up there, so that one came out really nice. There was a couple bullet holes in this truck back here in the cab. I don't have an aluminum welder, so what I did is I cut some aluminum pieces and I JB welded them there, and then there's one up there. And then I'll show you. On the outside, here's one right here. On the outside, I Duraglassed it and then just went over it with Bondo. So if I had an aluminum welder, it would probably would have been done different, but I guess you just have to make do with what you got. So, well, my next step is to go over this whole truck quick with a DA with 80 grit, to kind of, because I don't plan on primering this thing more than once. Like I said, I'm not looking for a 100-point show truck job. So you know, and I got to keep it within my budget too. All I can afford is a gallon of primer, so I have to make it work. So I'm going to go over this whole truck with 80 grit. That'll smooth it out a little bit more so I don't have to primer it again. And then after I DA it, I'm going to tape the doors off, tape everything off a little better, and we'll get this thing in primer. So let's go ahead and DA it, and we'll do that. Alright, for primer I'm using this Omni epoxy primer here because it's aluminum, so epoxy primer will bite into the aluminum a lot better. So this is a 2-to-1 ratio. So I got 500 milliliters of primer, and I'm going to do 750 of the activator. Well, here she is, sink it coat of primer. I know I said I was only going to do one, but there was quite a bit of stuff that I had to work out, so this thing's beautiful now. It actually looks good just in primer. I'm tempted to leave it. But I went down and picked up the gallon of paint yesterday, so next couple days look like they're pretty good, so I'm going to go for it. Before I get too excited and paint anything, I have to wet sand the whole truck with 400 grit sandpaper to get all the orange peel and everything out. Get it ready for paint, so that's gonna take a few hours. So I'll do a little bit and then I'll finish it and we'll be ready for paint in no time. All right, so about 6 more hours of that and we'll be ready for paint. So we'll see you then. Well, here it is a couple days after it's painted and cleared. I painted it and cleared it in about 5 hours or so. 3 coats of paint, 2 coats of clear coat. Came out beautiful. Love that color. So I'm just gonna leave it like this for probably the rest of the week, and then I'll worry about taking the masking paper off and stuff. And it's pretty dry now. I mean, it, you know, it's not super hard, but I mean, you could touch it. So that came out beautiful, no problems. So yeah, so now the next step is to get these doors painted and get them put on. So I got this one here sanded. You know, the glass is in. So like I did at first, I painted the jambs. I didn't plan on doing this. The reason I painted it like this is because I was going to take these doors down and get the glass put in them and all the, you know, the channel and stuff. Well, I called down to the place that does it for me, and they said the guy's going to be out for a month. So I said, you know what, I'm just gonna, and then that's when I decided to just do the whole truck. I wasn't really ready to do the whole truck, but it just, like, you know the piecing it together kind of thing just doesn't usually work, you know, like a panel here, panel there, because then you got to take things apart, put them back together, and it just comes out to be like 10 times more work. So this kind of stuff here, I mean, honestly, you're just better off just tearing the whole thing apart like I did on the truck and just doing it. So If I would have known that down the road, I would have hung these doors and I would have painted the whole door, painted the jamb at the same time. Not a big deal, just a little more work. So I got this one ready to paint, so we'll do this one here, and hopefully I can get these painted today, painted and maybe even cleared, depending on how the paint dries. So well, I'm finally ready to paint. I got all this stuff taped off. Again, those of you that aren't familiar with painting, I don't know if it was too fast to see in the time lapse, but when you want to paint a surface that's already painted and like blend up to it without like a seam, you do what they call back taping. So you tape it this way as though the tape was gonna fold over that way, and then you bend it back. That way there's that roll right there, so it'll kind of like taper the paint out, whatever, you know what I mean. Maybe not. Get a close-up. There's that roll right there, so so it'll kind of blend it, so you won't have like a big ugly seam there. So yeah, I guess I guess next I gotta wipe these doors down with window cleaner. There's some different things you can wipe it down with. Window cleaner, reducer, rubbing alcohol. Window cleaner is good enough for this application. That's what a lot of the big guys use. After you wipe the door off or whatever you're painting with window cleaner, right before you paint you want to wipe it off with a tack cloth. It's just a real thin piece of cloth that's got some sticky stuff on it that picks up any kind of little fuzzies the paper towel left behind or anything that fell on it or whatever, so it doesn't contaminate your paint. Which, if you see this garage and see how dirty everything is, this is a far cry from a paint booth, so you can only expect it to come out so good, but just do your best like I am and it'll come out alright. Biggest thing about a tack cloth also is you don't want to stop with it. You don't want to just stop or leave it sitting, because the sticky shit will get on what you're painting. You want to keep it moving. So this one's ready to paint, so I'm going to do the same thing to the other door and we'll get started. Real quick before we start painting, a lot of people have a lot of different ways of doing things, but when I paint, I like to start with all my edges first. Start with all the edges, all the rivets, all the hard stuff to get through. And then when you get all that, then you go over it, over the whole thing. That way you get everything all nice and covered and all that. The first coat I like to just dust on light. This is acrylic enamel. The first coat I like to dust on light. The second coat a little bit heavier. The third coat the heaviest. So I guess there's nothing I could really say. You just have to do it for yourself and find out, but that's how it's done. Like I said, I do this really light. You can still see the body work in there. There's a couple reasons. If there's any kind of fish eyes or oil residue that's on this thing that's gonna cause a problem, it's a lot easier to find out when you get the first coat of paint on there than it is just to bury it right in all at once and then all of a sudden you got all these problems. So I'll let this flash for about 15 minutes or so. I'll put my Second Coat on a little heavier, and then you know, the 50% overlap with the gun. You know, this is a hard color with the pearl in it. You got to make sure you get it consistent. That's why I'm doing this with my good gun right here. So yeah, that's how it's done. I guess those of you that don't know what flash means, that's just the time in between the coats, flash time. So about 15 minutes I'll wait and I'll put another coat on it. So we'll catch up when this thing's painted, and then we'll clear it in a few hours, or maybe tomorrow even. So alright, I got the air cleaner mounted on the passenger side. You guys already seen me do that in a previous video, so I didn't bother showing that. If you also remember in the previous video, I said I had the other air cleaner here. It's not in the greatest of shape as the other one that I'm going to put on this side, and it's only going to be for looks. So what I did is I cut the pipe off. It had a big pipe that went way up on it. I cut that off. So I'm not putting any filter element or anything on it. There's the top piece. So because like I said, it's going to be just for looks, so we'll get this one here hung. All right, there it is. All I got to do is just tighten the bolts down and she's good to go. One more thing before I stop this clip. I had a few people comment on the last video where I put the one on the other side, asking about if the door is going to be able to open all the way. As you can see, it'll open enough. You got these things here that'll really dent it, so I'm gonna put a chain or something. It looks like there was originally a strap or something that went on this hook, the top and the bottom, so I'm gonna make sure that's gonna be a priority, to make sure I put something there so the door don't slam into this, because that'll really mess things up. So whoever commented on that, hope that answers your question about that, and I'll have to figure out what I'm gonna do there. I'm not sure yet. I'd imagine back in the day they had like a leather strap or something like that, but I'll have to figure something out. So yeah, there's that part. I'm just gonna keep continuing to put this thing together here. The only thing I have left to paint is the fenders and the fender extension things there that hold the fenders on the truck. So fender hangers, whatever you want to call them, and that's it. I've been painting a couple pieces a day, so yeah, we'll just keep plugging along here until she's done. I ordered my clearance lights yesterday for a $379. I couldn't really find anything for this. They're LEDs, so those should be in tomorrow. So keep on coming. It's like Christmas here. Well, just to check in again, as you can see, I got both fenders all sanded, prepped, ready for paint. I got these rails here that go on, the hood latches on them. I got them all ready to paint. Got the fender hangers. This bolts on the frame, and then the fenders bolt on that flange right there. So that's basically everything there is to paint. There's a couple minor things left, but that's just about it. I painted the the hood piece there yesterday and cleared it with the hole for the air cleaner duct. And right here I got the 2 headlight brackets. So that's everything. Everything for now. Also, I got the doors hung. That was a real kind of a pain. I didn't film it. Sorry, but yeah, I should have filmed it, but I had some help because I didn't want to take a chance in scratching the doors on the air cleaners or anything trying to hang it. Got a little mistake here I have to fix. That hinge should have been closed when I painted the truck, but it was open, and of course I put the door on and shut it, and son of a bitch. But yeah, it's coming together, so I could fix that little spot there with the airbrush after. Not a big deal, just kind of sucks, but yeah, it's coming along. So we'll get them parts painted there and see what the next step is. Oh yeah, one more thing. This hose down at the bottom of the injection pump, that is very, it looks like an oil drain. That's very crummy looking. So, well, I got this piece off right here. I'm probably gonna fix that too. It only makes sense before that blows out and oil's everywhere. So, well, here we are next day. About a couple hours ago this morning, first thing, I just cleared these parts. Came out beautiful. Looks like glass. Oh, 2 fenders. Came out really nice. I'm super happy. Got the hood latches here and the rails. Came out good. Fender hangers. These go in the front between the frame and the fenders. The wire for the headlight comes out of that hole. So came out beautiful. I'm really happy. So that's pretty much everything for this truck that's painted. More exciting news is the lights came in this morning. Nothing crazy, just the Torpedo LED lights. These are for a $379. It says they fit. So I'm not really sure how they're going to match up with the contour of the roof, because I know this roof here is a little more curved on the end towards the windshield than my 379 was. So I'll have to get up there in a second and see. Another thing I did is yesterday I pointed out that hose that was bad. Check this thing out. I think what happened is it's so freaking hot it unzipped its coat and was trying to get its coat off. It's like 90 out here today. So I went down and got that made. Got that in, so that's one less thing I got to worry about. So now I can get that panel put in here, now that I ain't got to get in there anymore. Now let's climb up here and set one of these lights on, see how it's going to fit. I haven't done that yet, so see what happens here. Whatever it is, I'll just... Oh, that's actually not too bad. That's not that bad, I guess. It's a little bit off, but yeah, it's a little bit off. I don't look bad on there. I'll make it work. It comes with like a 1/4 inch thick foam gasket, so I'm sure between that and some RTV silicone I can fill the gap in. I could even shave some of that plastic off on that light to get the contour a little better. So that'll look pretty badass with 5 of them on there, I think. Yeah, the last ones I had were just regular bulbs, and the bulbs kept blowing out, so LED's the way to go. So yeah, it's as far as I made it so far. I haven't been doing much outside in the heat. I got these brackets mounted for the headlights. Simple stuff. So yeah, I guess I'll probably not gonna do too much till it cools down. So we'll catch up with everybody when I do the next thing here. Another thing that's been needing to get done with these doors is putting weather stripping on. You drive this truck down the road, everything rattles so much it just drives you insane. So I got some of this from my local parts store here, this stick-on stuff, so we'll see if this works. Clean the jam good with the window cleaner first to make sure it sticks. There, that looks pretty nice on there. Well, I'm gonna have to get more. I'm gonna have to get more for the bottom of the door, and I'm gonna have to get some for like the A pillar there, the windshield post. I'm probably gonna have to put it on the truck. This is all I got for now. I didn't want to buy a whole bunch until I knew it would work, so now I know it would work. It's somewhat expensive. I think it was like 20 bucks a roll or something. So shut this door now. Hopefully it's not too thick. I think it'll be alright though. Doesn't seem too bad. So, alright, well, I guess I'll have to go get more and put that on. Well, here's the rest of the painted parts. I got the horn bracket, windshield wiper arms. I got the 2 inside door panels, or the top door panel. This has all got the window regulator and the lock mechanism and all that built in. So I got both of those painted. Here's all the drip rails right here. This goes on the top of the cab, these two, and then these ones here. These go on the front on the A-pillar, so I got those painted. I got the mirror brackets painted. So that's the rest of the parts. The only thing that's left is the 2 stacks. I'm just going to put those in here and I'm going to paint them black. Because if you watch my previous videos, you'll know that one's silver and one's black. So I'm going to paint them both black for now. And someday when I get money, I'm going to just get 6-inch chrome. So I'm just going to throw those on there for now. So yeah, this is everything. So after I get the stacks painted and all that, I'll start putting everything together. All right, there you have it. Got all the body work done and everything. Got a nice truck finally out of the deal. It's been a long time. I've had this truck for about 7 years now, and I've been waiting for this day for a long time. You know, I picked out so many different colors in the past, you know, green, blue, orange, red, purple. I was going through a color chip book and I seen this color and I said, you know what, that's it. That's the one I want. It's different. It's not original. I don't like things original. You know, I think it came out really good. I've always kind of been a pink guy. Now, this isn't even technically pink. This is plasma purple. It's a Mitsubishi color, but in the sunlight it looks pink, but that's all right. I love it. I wouldn't change anything. So it's been a lot of work. It's been almost 3 weeks worth of work, and she's finally done, so I'm very happy with it. Very happy with it. So I'll just do another quick walk around and explain a couple things. So I cleaned up the interior. You know, like I said in the past, I'm gonna do the hardwood floors. I got a couple weeks. I'm gonna get new glass for it. Don't worry, it'll all be on video. You'll see everything. I got the glass for the doors cut. I had that cut about 5 years ago. The only thing is the channel right here. I'm having a hard time finding that, so I'm gonna have to dig a little deeper. So, you know, and then the interior, you know, I'm just gonna pick at it when I get to it. So, you know, as far as that goes, you know, I mean, you know, the stacks, like I said, eventually, definitely gonna do 6-inch, you know, like 12-foot high chrome, but that's what I can afford. I just painted the ones that were on there. Here's the air cleaner that we were talking about in the last video. I'll get in there for you. You can see I just cut that thing off. This is just for looks. This thing got the shit beat out of it during shipping. I don't know what they did. They must have played kickball with it, but this was actually smashed right down to there when I got it. So I took all that apart, and that's the best I could get it. So it is what it is. So you know, got both air cleaners, got LED lights for there, and I got the LED cab lights. So those will look cool. I gotta wire those up yet. You know, and stuff. I didn't even wire these ones up yet. I gotta aim the headlights and all that. I'm not trying to rush this video, but it's gonna rain for a couple days here, and I just kinda wanna you know, do this before, you know, because I'm probably not gonna work on it for a while. I'll just wire those lights up and that'll be done. You know, that'll be where it stays for a while, and then I'll get some interior going on. You know, got this air cleaner mounted over here, you know, like you've seen before. But the paint came out beautiful. I'm super happy with it. I was gonna buff it and everything, but I don't think I'm going to. I'll just leave it like this. My hood ornament on. If you haven't seen that video, go ahead and check it out. I made that hood ornament probably almost a month ago for it, because I wanted to buy one from like a 379 polished aluminum, but they were a lot of money, so I just made one instead. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying earlier over here. Or I was gonna say, I got some door check straps coming, so I gotta be real careful. So if you see right there, that door goes into those brackets on that air cleaner. That's not gonna make me too happy. So I actually bungee cord the doors shut one, just as an extra precaution for now. So that battery box cover, that's off of a 379, or it's for a 379. I bought it new quite a few years ago. The back of the cab came out nice. Everything came out beautiful. I mean, there's a couple flaws. You know, what are you gonna get? I painted it outside, so you know, it is what it is. the back window, I'm going to take the slider out of the back window, and I'm just going to cut one piece of glass for it and put it in there, be done with it. So I got to replace the back window and the windshields. They might not look bad on camera, but it's one of those things to where if you're driving at night, it's fine until somebody comes towards you with their headlights on, or like you're driving into the sunset or something, because, you know, they're just sandblasted from, you know, a lot of miles. So those are really bad. And the gaskets are shot too, if you could see that. So when it rains, it leaks. You know, I took my time to make sure everything was sealed on top and it didn't leak. They got the air horn. You know, the funny part about it is the air horn on this thing actually sounds like the one on the Duel movie. Here, I'll hit it for you. There's probably a little bit of sand and shit in there from stuff. But it'll work out eventually. So I'm a train horn collector. I've been a train horn collector for quite a few years now, and eventually I'm gonna mount a set of real train horns somewheres back here. That'll be pretty sweet. Real train horns, not those fake sheet metal things. So we'll go over that in another video. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed watching this video. I had a lot of fun doing this. It was a lot of work. So make sure you smash that subscribe button and subscribe to my channel, because I'm going to be doing a lot more stuff to this truck. This thing is far from done, and the more subscriptions I get and the more views I get will help me get this truck done. So if you want to see this truck get done, make sure you get your end done too. So until next time, thanks for watching and take care, and appreciate all the support from everybody.